Welcome to your next video on calculating the outlier as well as the mean of a data set. So the definition of an outlier is a data value that is much greater or much less than the other values in the data set. So for example, if the numbers in our data set was 23, 25, 19, 28, and 4, 4 is our outlier because it's much greater than the rest of the numbers in the data set. So on your guided notes, you can use this as your example. Now I'm going to show you another example that you don't have to use in your notes, but here's how, for example, this might be applied to the real world. So say Ms. Falstick wants to go on a nice trip to Punta Cana. If I look up all of the airline flights and their prices, I saw one for $456, $512, $516, $900, $436, and $516. 900 would be my outlier and the ticket I'm not going to buy because it's much greater than the other values in the data set. So again, the outlier is a number that is much less or much greater than the rest of the numbers in the data set. Now we're going to talk about the median of the data set. So the definition of median is the middle value of a data set. So for example, if you're on a highway and if you ever notice those yellow lines in the middle of the road, and sometimes there's barriers, those big barriers, that's what we call the median or the middle. So to calculate the median of an odd data set, and when I mean odd, that means there's only the number of values in the data set are odd. So I have 5 numbers in the data set, and 5 is an odd number. If I had 3 values in the data set, that would be an odd data set. So this is how you calculate the median. The first thing that you need to do is step 1, order the data set from least to greatest. So I'm going to write my numbers from least to greatest. And if you want to cross them off as you go, to make sure you've gotten all the numbers. Then the second step is you're going to find the middle value. So one thing I like to do is cross them off as I go. So 4 is the middle value, therefore 4 is the median. Let me show you an example of an even number data set. So looking at this data set, it's the same one, but I took off the 10. Or whatever numbers I had there before. Alright, if you notice in this data set, I only have 4 numbers. Again, I'm going to order them from least to greatest. So 2, 3, 4, and 6. Then the second step is if you notice when I cross off the numbers, I have 2 middle numbers. When that happens, you're going to find the average of the 2 middle numbers. And again, to find average or the mean, I'm going to add up the 2 numbers, 3 plus 4, which equals 7. And then I'm going to divide by 2 because there's 2 numbers. So our final answer is 7 divided by 2, which is 3.5. So the median of this data set is 3.5. So if there's an odd number in the data set, then you'll have a middle value. If there's an even number in the data set, you're going to have two middle values in which you'll have to find the mean or the average in order to get the median. Okay, this concludes your video on finding the outlier and calculating the median. Please make sure you fill out the student example on your guided notes to complete tomorrow. All right, have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow.